signed another backup quarterback, the number 2 guy who is figures to play some as they signed Jacoby Brissett. Take a look at this from Jack Duffin. Converted 20 of 21 designed runs on 3rd and 4th and 1 in his career. You can see Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry and the analytics folks going to work with that. It keeps Watson out of situations where he's going to have to get hit. The other thing is, when you have Jacoby Brissett and you have Deshaun Watson, similar style quarterbacks, that's huge. You don't have to change things. And Deshaun Watson's likely to get 4, 6, 8 game suspension after all the legal stuff is done. So you're going to need Jacoby Brissett to play.
Yeah, and I thought that would be the easiest sell that this front office would have, right? It was just selling the backup job for the Cleveland Browns, because essentially what you're selling to somebody is, hey, we have a Super Bowl ready roster that we're trying to win the Super Bowl with, right? This ain't Atlanta where we don't know what they're doing with their roster. I ain't gonna win no Super Bowl this year. This is a roster that we're trying to win the Super Bowl with, and we might need a dude to play about 6 to 8 games, maybe 4 to 6 games. We don't know, but we might need you to play a quarter of the season at most, right? And if you play well in that quarter of the season, right? If you're Jacoby Brissett, and let's say you go out there for 4 games and you go 3-1 in those 4 games, your value is going to skyrocket, and you didn't even have to play a whole season, right? With Marcus Mariota, when he went to Atlanta, he's going to have to play well for the next year for his value to jump up to what Jameis got. If he would have came to Cleveland and played well for 3 games or maybe 4 games here, his value would have jumped tremendously, and this is a situation, quiet as kept, where it's going to be real easy for a quarterback. Well, I don't want to say real easy, relatively easy for a quarterback to look good in this system, right? Because they have a lot there. This is a motivated team. This is a team that knows if Watson gets suspended, all right, we gotta push through that, but we know what we can get if we just get out of this stretch through 500, right? So this is going to be a motivated bunch, a very talented bunch, and the longevity of how long you have to play before you can actually get paid is not that much, right? We're talking about like a potential Matt Flynn situation where you might be able to have like one good game on national TV. All of a sudden, you're the hottest name in free agency next year after everybody strikes out on Bryce Young, right? Like that's what that's going to be. And for Jacoby Brissett, I think he's an excellent guy for that role. He has the good arm strength there. He reminds me a lot of like what we hoped Cardale Jones would become in the NFL, right? He's a guy who could run, but he don't have much long speed. Very big guy, strong arm. He actually has pretty decent pocket maneuverability, and there are some games where he's put up some pretty impressive tape. I mean, you could look at last year and watch the game against the Raiders where he forced that game to go to overtime, being down, 10 points within the last 3 minutes, right? So he has had some impressive tape out there. I think he's going to do well with the Cleveland Browns, especially with the offensive line that's going to give him time to throw, and a running back room that's going to be able to support him fully. So I look forward to seeing Jacoby Brissett if he has to be out there for the Cleveland Browns, because I think this is not just an upgrade at the backup position. I think he is a pretty solid quarterback to be a backup. And I think they got tremendous value there with him only at $3.5 million for 1 year. That's tremendous value.
It might be 4, something like that, but yeah, they got a deal on him.